After 5 years of trading, I finally figured out scalping, and now I make 9k a week with complete ease. Like, I literally barely trade, I make more money than ever, and I'm living the life of my dreams. And I genuinely want you, from the bottom of my heart, to live this life too. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact scalping strategy that I use step by step. Okay, so for this strategy, we only need two things. We need a liquidity sweep, and we need a fair value gap. Now, we're going to do this on the 1 minute chart because for scalping, we only need the 1 minute chart. We don't need daily bias because the reality is, on the 1 minute chart, daily bias doesn't really matter that much. So here we are. So what a liquidity sweep really is can you see this major low here, right? This major low here where there's lots of liquidity, lots of stop loss orders, whatever you want to call it, at this low here, right? Because price, let me just zoom out here. See how price shoots all the way off, all the way up here. Lots of people are going to put their stop loss orders here, thinking it's nice and safe, right? Nice and safe. So if you've been trading for any length of time, that's complete BS, right? What the markets actually do is they target stop loss orders. It's the only reason these markets move. And I'm not going to prove it to you in this video. And all you need to know is that that's the reason why these markets move. So what a liquidity sweep really is it's a fake move, right? It's a stop run, which takes out an old low and then shoots off in the opposite direction. And trust me, after 5 years of trading, and if you don't trust me, go look at the comments, right? You will see liquidity sweeps time and time and time again. And in fact, if there's any major move in the market, it will be because, first of all, there's a liquidity sweep, and then it will shoot off. So how do we actually make money with liquidity sweeps, right? This is the most important part, of liquidity sweeps. So let's just move this all the way over here. So you guys understand the logic by this point. So here's our liquidity sweep, right? Can you see, this is super important, right? Pay attention. This is probably the most important part of the video. Can you see this? Right, let me mark this out for you. Can you see our price comes just below, look at these candles here, these little ones here, just below this old low, right? Just below this old low, just enough to take out people's stop loss orders, right? And then shoots off aggressively, quickly in the opposite direction, and then gives everyone else a nice fair value gap entry, or, nice, order block entry, whatever you want to call it, retracement, and then shoots off, right? You will see that time and time again, and that's how I've retired my entire family, right? Liquidity sweep, simple entry. That is all you need to become a profitable trader, right? Especially when you're scalping, right? We don't need daily bias, just because that's how scalping works. So you will always see this, liquidity sweep, fair value gap in the opposite direction. So to make a liquidity sweep high probability, we're going to wait for a fair value gap to form, right? So the moment this fair value gap here that I've marked out for you, the moment this forms, that right there is smart money screaming at you that this is a liquidity sweep. It's a fake move designed purely to take out stop loss orders. So once this fair value gap's formed, then and only then do we know this is a liquidity sweep. It's purely or simply just a fake move designed to take out stop loss orders. So once this fair value gap's formed on the 1 minute chart, then and only then am I going to look for my entry, right? And you can see price shoots off, which we always like to see. And I don't believe in market structure. I think it's a load of BS. That's just me personally. But, if you do believe in market structure, here's a high, price closes above it. There's your market structure shift, right? If you do believe in that. But all you're going to do at this point is simply enter on the fair value gap like this, put your stop always at the liquidity sweep low, right? The only reason we wait for liquidity sweep is to put our stop loss in the safest area possible. Now, for your take profit, you're going to aim for at least a 3-to-1 because personally, if you're scalping, there's no point aiming for a 2-to-1 because you can be a swing trader and get a really easy, reliable 2-to-1. So I'm going to aim for at least a 3-to-1, right? Which we just about get. And if not, you can aim for a lot higher, 4-to-1. This high right here, really obvious high to take. And if you really, really do want to, but again, at this point, if we aim really high, we're getting more into day trading sort of territory instead of scalping, right? So we zoom out. See, do we hit this? Yeah, eventually, right? But again, if you're scalping, you want to be in and out. So for me, as always, a free risk reward ratio is like the holy grail. Now you might be wondering, let's just make this all the way down here. You might be wondering, okay, Atif, why does this chop for a bit? Now the reason why this is choppy here is because this is the end of Asia, but it's not London yet, right? Asia is 8 p.m. till 12 a.m. Eastern, and London is all the way over here, right? All the way over here, 2 a.m. till 5 a.m. Eastern. So we've got a bit of dead time, but honestly, it does not matter, right? You can get an easy free risk reward ratio. And as a scalper, that's all we care about. So literally all you need to be a profitable scalper is a liquidity sweep, a fair value gap, and a free risk reward ratio on the 1 minute chart. And just using that alone, you can make all the money in the world. But if you want to learn every single model that I use, all my swing trading, day trading models, you can become a private student in the comments down below.